We are live.
Hey, unmute Raj, unmute Raj.
Why do you keep doing this? What
I'm
the
not even
heck?
pressing
Ah,
nothing, y'all.
girl.
Can you hear the music?
Yes, now we can. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey,
Hey,
hey, hey.
awesome.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
hello
What's up, people?
What's up,
everybody.
beautiful people? Uh,
Hey,
uh,
hey,
uh.
hey, hey, hey. I'm about to start the watch party like we always do.
Same, same.
Yes, let's do it. I'm gonna do the same. Woo, woo.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hey,
That's my
hey,
jam.
hey.
I'm happy to see y'all. Happy
You
Friday.
too.
Same.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
How
Can
have
you
you
hear me
been?
better with this? If I go like
It's
this?
a
Now,
little hot. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
little hot. Okay. We don't want that. All right. Happy Friday.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday, fam. How y'all doing? Hey, hey,
I am
hey.
good.
Good.
Y'all always looking so cute and fly and stuff.
You know, we got to dress up to hang out
I
with the
respect
girls.
it. I
Honey.
respect it.
How's y'all
Where,
week been?
you know,
It's
all the
been
Out in these
things.
streets?
all the things. Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but we
But I'm encouraged. I'm excited. I feel like life is moving. I'm not going to share too much, but I feel like life is happening.
Yes, it is.
same,
In spite of all the craziness, we are out here persevering and
same.
making it work. So,
Right.
Yes.
really quick, before we bring on our special guest,
Woo!
who is in the building, and I'm so excited to introduce her. What are we drinking? Real
Oh,
quick.
Well, I am drinking some tea because I have a gig to go to after this.
Okay.
understand. I
But
respect that. You
next
get
week I
away with
got
it
you.
this week.
Listen, but next week I got you. We're gonna have a bomb cocktail, girl. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sipping on
am.
a
You
little
know,
amaretto, and I know what you're doing, honey. A
I
little
got a
Lord,
little.
sativa, a
Lord
little indica.
Jesus.
I got a little. But
Lord
I got a
Jesus.
little Corona as well today.
Oh, come on, Corona.
It's
Are
been
we
one of
double
those.
Not
fisting
the
it? Is that
virus.
what we doing? No, right,
Right.
not the virus.
Not the virus, right? Don't change their name. Yes, we are double
That's
fisting
hilarious.
today. It's been one of them weeks, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, double fisting.
Girl, listen. We need to have a whole episode on how you keep your sanity during this crazy time because
Honey,
it's not a joke.
it's
We
really not. It's not even.
Yes.
It's
It's
not
not
even.
a joke though. It's really not.
It's really not.
Mm-mm.
But it is Friday,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
June 26th. This is our fifth episode live here on Facebook. We have been
Yay.
showing up and showing out for y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us over these last 5 weeks. Today, we have an amazing special guest for y'all. Y'all
Yes.
ready? Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready
They're
for this
not ready.
sister in power, this black girl, Queen Magic. Miss Juliette Jones is in the building. I'm going to read her.
Woo!
Woo! I'm going to read her bio for you all, and then I will bring her on. Juliette Jones, a multi genre live and studio recording violinist and BMI composer, Juliette has scored, recorded, and contracted for a number of live, television, and multimedia events, including NBC's Grammy nominated and Emmy Award winning broadcast of Jesus Christ Superstar Live,
Hey.
the Oscar nominated film Mudbound, where Tim Markelly was the composer, the 60th annual Grammy Awards Elton John tribute, the Film Society of Lincoln Center's 51st New York Film Festival live presentation of the original Grand Theft Auto score, and the world premiere of the Gava Theater commissioned play The Agitators. She
Come
also
through.
scored for Solange Knowles' performance of A Seat at the Table at the Hollywood
Yes.
Yes.
Bowl and Radio City Music Hall, and provided music prep for the UK based producer, singer, and songwriter. As a performer, Juliette has worked with a veritable list of who's who in the music industry, including Stevie Wonder, Aretha
Hey.
Yes.
Franklin, Lauryn
Yes.
Hill, Justin Timberlake,
Lauren.
Janelle
Mm-hmm.
Monáe, your favorite Carrie,
Janelle.
Yes.
Lizzo, Hans Zimmer, John Legend, Toshi Regan, Pharrell, Common. The list goes on and on and on. She's so dope.
Mm-hmm.
She
She
Fabulous.
also
is.
works with dancer choreographers Camille A. Brown and Michelle Dorrance. She is the founder of Rootstock Republic, a boutique, broad based string production company that specializes in consulting, contracting, music preparation, live performance, and studio recording. the company focused a critical lens on the state of the arts from a classically trained, contemporary-styled string player perspective by recentering the creative contributions of Black and Brown string players specifically. Their vision and mission seeks to shift popularized narratives around who and what string players are and look like, and reset the barometer for how success can be measured in the community of musicians. Y'all,
Yes.
give it up for my
Yes.
dear friend, Miss Juliette Jones.
Hey, all the snaps, all the snaps, all the snaps. Yes, welcome, sis.
Welcome
Welcome.
to the Sip.
Thank y'all.
I'm so hyped
Thank
about
y'all
this.
for welcoming me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Of course. Tell the people where you are coming in from on this StreamYard.
I am live from Los Angeles. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Brooklynite.
Come on.
But I kind of got caught out here at the top of the quarantine, and it just didn't make sense to come back. So I'm enjoying the sunshine and the palm trees. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in these
That's
LA
right.
streets.
That's
I'm not
what's
in
up.
LA streets, actually. I'm just
Right. I'm just like,
You know, with the Rona and whatnot.
not in the streets. Unless I'm going to Trader Joe's.
that's dope.
Right.
How's it been out there? How's the energy been out there?
Yes.
You know what? To be honest, it's like it's a little hard to gauge it just
Okay.
because everybody's so self-contained still. But I had a chance to go to like a socially distant Juneteenth event last Friday, and
Nice.
it was mostly Black and Brown folks coming together from the dance community. But people are ready for a connection, but like in the artist community in particular. Like we
Yes,
know
for
that
sure.
the artist community, no matter what your field is, you know, if it's music, if it's dance, if it's like whatever your field is, people like need to feel each other in a certain
Yeah.
kind of way. And so
Yeah.
it was actually really beautiful to come together in solidarity safely.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a vibe out here. Like I'm used to the kind of hustle and bustle that is the pace of New York City.
Yeah.
And out here things are very,
Yeah.
You know.
we mellow, you know.
Right, right,
A little laid back.
We not in
This is
a
true.
rush for nothing.
Right.
Right.
I was getting in line at the Trader Joe's, like nobody was trying to bump my ankle. Like,
Right.
you know?
That's so real.
They're like, no, sis, after you. Like,
Right.
Like,
I'm
what, man? What? You won't let
I
me go?
remember going to LA and you know you'd be talking to people and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a call. You know, we'll meet up for brunch, whatever." And then you
Yep.
know it don't always happen, but
Good
Yeah.
for a plan. Good for a plan. Maybe to follow through. I don't know.
not
I
so
don't know.
much.
Right.
Not so much.
But
Oh,
to
man.
all our guests watching, this woman is such an incredible spirit who
yeah.
I have the pleasure of working with now for like really consistently the last couple years. And I'm just so blessed and honored to always be in her space and to see her talent. And we are just so excited to share her with you all and talk to her. She has so much wisdom to give, and she's just such a beautiful person and so freaking talented.
Yes.
Like one of the best to ever do it. And so I am just so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for coming on here and sharing some time with us and sipping. So what are you sipping on today?
What are you sipping on,
Yeah.
Ms. Jones?
Yeah.
Tell the
What
people.
about that?
Okay, so basically, full transparency is that the quarantine has kicked up my thirst of a particular
Listen.
variety.
Listen.
And I thought I
It's
had a little
libation.
bit. That's all it is, libation. I'm a brown liquor girl. I really thought I had some more Maker's Mark. The bottle is empty, very telling. So I am today. I'm sipping on it's a Cuban rum called Ritual
Come
that
through.
was gifted to me last year. Mo and I had the beautiful honor of sharing a seat on Broadway's Pretty Woman run last year, and one of my subs, beautiful violinist and violist Ina Paris, is Cuban, and she had gone home right before the show announced that they had closed. And she was like, I really want to get a gift for you. This rum is really, really special to my family and my culture, and is kind of like a beautiful offering. Anytime you have a special occasion, it will be like a nice something. So I only drink it when I feel like a moment is right. And today I was like, you know what? I'm not supposed to be drinking Maker's Mark.
I love it.
You getting some love for the makers in the comments.
Yes.
Listen,
Jarvis is here too. He said, "Go family."
Go
Hey Jarvis. Hey Charlie.
That's my boo boo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Yes,
Cheers.
cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
It's been a week.
I wish I was drinking something, child. I'm drinking tea, but that's
Listen,
okay.
you're doing the professional
Listen.
responsible
Exactly.
thing.
Right.
Taking care of your instrument.
Mama got bills.
Yeah, that's
Got
real.
responsibilities. Exactly.
Exactly. So, what's our question today, Carrie? What's our question?
So the question of the day is, what was your? I'm stealing it from somebody else. But what was your favorite cereal growing up?
Ooh.
That's an excellent question. So, my mom was a real health nut as a kid, so we didn't really get the kind of quote unquote fun cereal. So, we got Cheerios, but they were like the OG Cheerios, and I was like, ooh, boring. And we got like, the Rice Krispies, and I was like, ooh, fun. But I'm like, it makes all this sound fun, but it don't taste like nothing.
Right.
So,
Right.
the one kind of fun cereal we got was Frosted Flakes, and
Yes.
to this day, you can't tell me nothing. I'm like, we'll crush it right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, 100%. There's some cut up bananas in that joint. What? It's a
What
wrap.
you know about it? What you know about it?
You know? That's what's up. Okay. So Frosted Flakes.
But like really, like my whole family's from down south, so we weren't like a huge cereal household. So, my mom is from Tennessee, my dad's from Louisiana, but I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and so it didn't matter if it was like summer, winter. It could be 5 degrees or 5,000 degrees. We ate grits pretty much every day.
I was gonna say.
So in terms of, I don't know, depending on where you're from, it's still considered cereal. So we were like a grits, oatmeal, cream
But wait.
house.
Let's go ahead and settle this argument right here. You already know. You already know what I was about to say. Do you put sugar in the grits, or do you put salt and pepper in the grits? That's all I need to know.
Raj, here's the deal. It's not.
wait.
I mean, it's not even a question. Like, grits are meant to be savory.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, Juliette,
I did. I love you, girl. Carrie said abort.
I was waiting for my screen to go black. I was like, let's go.
No.
And moving on. No.
Well, you know what though? I actually half agree with you because I like my grits with butter, sugar, and a little bit of salt and pepper.
You like
It happens sometimes.
You like on all sides. Okay.
I do. I like
Okay.
a little sweet and savory. You know, why can't I have it all? That's all I want to know.
Why not?
You giving me like a little all grits matter vibe. Is that what you're talking about?
No, only when it comes to grits. Only when it comes to grits. Okay.
God, that's hilarious.
You like, I like the sweet ones. I like the savory ones.
I'm open. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
That
with
was
you.
funny.
I'm with
That
you.
was funny.
What do you like, Carrie? Nick, what's y'all's grits preference?
Listen, sugar. Yes. I need some butter and some
Shrimp and
sugar.
grits. Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp, and I can rock with shrimp and grits.
I
Right.
still put a little sugar in them grits though.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you know what's funny though? Is that y'all know I'm Caribbean, right? Like my family's Jamaican. The first time, that's right, my people. No, but the first time I ever had grits, like in the house, like it was kind of blasphemous. They were like, "What is that?" Like, yes,
It ain't
because
no
like
porridge, it ain't
porridge,
no aki,
yeah, like porridge. We do all kinds of porridge, right? But we have oatmeal, we have cornmeal, we have hominy porridge, we have plantain porridge, banana porridge, peanut porridge, like all the things. You know what I'm saying? And so grits was just a little foreign, like, and so the first person that actually introduced me to it was from North Carolina, and so I was like 18 years old or 17 years old the first time I had grits though.
Yeah, Jarvis
But
said
savory.
salt and pepper. It's okay, boo. We
Listen,
still love you.
Listen,
It's okay.
Jarvis
No.
Jarvis is playing because he said salt, pepper, and yesterday he tells me sriracha is a magic. That's the
Oh,
magic
wow.
ingredient.
Okay.
Oh,
I haven't tried sriracha.
I hadn't either.
I mean,
I
can
haven't
we have
tried
a little
sriracha.
sugar in sriracha though? I mean, I need a little sugar.
That's the
it.
message. That's
Sugar and sriracha.
And sriracha.
Yes. A little salt and sugar. That's
So in the comments, I'm hearing butter and sugar, fam. I'm hearing butter and sugar. I don't know.
word.
you know.
Y'all know how to vote. No. Somebody said
Oh my
cream of
God.
wheat, frosted flakes, Fruit Loops. Oh, that's yeah. Hey, yeah.
I do cream of
Yeah.
wheat.
I do
Now,
cream of wheat too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
for sure, for sure. But I do it
Yes.
like our porridge with sweet milk, condensed milk,
Yes.
nutmeg, vanilla, cinnamon. You know.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if we're
So
talking about cereal,
cereal.
yes,
But cereal.
It could be hot
listen.
cereal.
No, I'm a curdy girl. I ain't gonna lie to you. Captain Crunch was my joint back in the
All
day.
day, every day.
Captain Crunch. I could have it every day, all day, no problem. All I need is milk. It's sweet enough.
you was
All of that.
good.
Yes.
That's real. That's real.
Mm.
I
So
Yes.
yeah. So I don't know
We
what my
support
sister was
that.
talking
We
about
support
Fruit
that.
Loops.
my cosign. Fruit Loops.
I don't know what she's talking about Fruit Loops because we was not allowed to have Fruit Loops. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe she was sneaking.
We have a 14-year difference between us, y'all. So I don't know what mom was buying for y'all, but for us, it was
Look.
cornflakes.
Look,
I
I put it like this.
Cornflakes, yes. I
it
used to
was
put mad sugar in that
cornflakes.
joint though.
Yup,
I would
yup.
have sugar pool at the bottom of the milk.
She tried to recreate that sweet milk. Let's go.
Yes.
And you keep stirring for
Yes.
5 minutes. Get it
Yo.
Right.
just stirring until you hear the sugar disappear.
Oh, that's real.
Drake
That's
said
so
sugar
real.
all
It don't
day,
matter.
honey. That's
Cold
right.
milk and sugar granules do not mix because you
Did
be
not.
just.
Not so much.
Did not.
Not so
But
much.
I will say, everybody's saying they can't hear me, and I don't
Yeah,
know
your
why.
volume's really low, baby.
Uh-uh.
Is that better?
Slow.
Y'all hear it
But
echo?
Jarvis said yes
Little
to the
echo.
sriracha. He said it gives it a little kick.
I like a cake. I'll try it. Oh, not as echo. You
I don't
just
know
said
why
that.
it's so low. I'll try to talk louder, but I'm with Jules. Frosted Flakes. To this
Yeah.
day, I can just harm a bowl of Frosted Flakes.
And
Yes, honey.
I feel like I don't know about y'all, but like my mom was like a classic black mom, like true and true to her core. So even when I went to my friends' houses and they had like cocoa pebbles and other things, I feel like I could still feel her presence.
Oh yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like,
Over your shoulder,
no,
like
I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I
Right.
don't want that. No. Yeah, nah. So I'm like, I never tried fruit. I've like never had Fruit Loops. I've never had Lucky Charms. I just never had it, you know. And it's I feel like sometimes you just, you know, I don't know. You have a certain experience as a kid, and you just never stray
You
from
stick
that.
to yeah. No, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That
In
makes
that
sense.
good because you
singular
didn't really
regard.
like. Right. In that singular regard.
In that singular regard, strayed from other things.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's okay.
That's good that
You
you
know-
didn't like wild out, you know. But you
Self-determination.
saying, possibly in other areas.
I made other choices, you know.
That's hilarious.
Yo, I wanted to say somebody said that they like their grits with tomatoes, onions, garlic, yeah, and a little bit of salt and pepper. I think. Did I say the
Look,
same?
I could get into that if it's like a shrimp and grits kind of vibe, because then there's other accoutrement. I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
Listen to me. You put tomatoes in my grits, I'm cutting you.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay.
Don't
okay.
do
those
it.
is fighting words. That,
That's good
sorry,
for you.
yeah.
You can't put no tomatoes in my grits.
Yo,
Tomato has been
Okay.
vetoed.
if you love it, you love it. I love it.
Oh God, I'm dying. Oh God.
I just
is
want to
very
say
important.
what's up to some folks. Nubia, thank you so much for joining. Lisa, thank you so much for joining.
Yes.
Renita, I'm so happy to see you in here. Thank you guys so much for joining. This is The Sip, and we are having fun on this Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
we
our
are.
sister Juliette Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to just talk to you, and obviously we're going through this horrible situation this year in 2020, and we just want you to tell our viewers and folks how you've been kind of dealing with everything,
Yeah.
and like what has this year looked like for you so far, and like your thoughts for the future.
That's a loaded question. Let me see. Let me just peel back a layer or two. Honestly, like the honest to God truth for me is that I'm taking things moment to moment. I feel like at a point it was day to day, and I feel like it's moment to moment. And I think I have learned to be more present with myself and to slow down long enough to listen, like listen to what my heart needs, listen to what my body needs, to what my mind needs. Like, and I was telling Monique earlier today, I was like, I was in bed like all day on Wednesday just because I was like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. My energy's low, like just feeling super emotional. I feel like I'm letting myself cry when I feel that, letting myself to feel, invigorated and energized when I feel that, and leaning into that. And then I've been, my business partner Jarvis and I, we co-lead Restack Republic, but
Yes.
he and I have really been leaning into creative space, and that's been a safe space. And it's been a place where it's felt good to kind of put my energy to. So this year, I feel like, don't you feel like at the end, like December 2019, everybody's like, 2020 is gonna be my year.
The year
Girl,
of
we were
vision,
saying
y'all.
it. We just kept saying it. We knew it was gonna be the year.
No.
And it is a year,
Yeah.
but it's like I had gone through a breakup at the end of 2019, and I had just moved out of my apartment of a long-term relationship, and then I came out here, and then it was like literally every single life phase was felt and I am definitely like a big things happening as they're supposed to. That we're not always privy to the why or like the why right now, but I really trust what we're supposed to be because we're all moving through this kind of series of individual and like collective transformation, And so I think it's an important conversation around, our initial kind of cultural halt of coronavirus because I'm like, people are nasty. Like
Okay.
on a
How about
on a
that?
on a foundational level, I'm like, we actually need to look at what our practices are around how we take care of ourselves and how we take care of each other.
Yes.
Like, are you willing to make like micro choices to affect the larger whole of your community? You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
when you kind of chop it down to that, for a lot of people, they were struggling, And then when you think of the racial tension in our country right now, especially for Black people, it's like a halt in another regard for a lot of people, because now we're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
way that it's been our reality, right? All of us, like it's been our reality forever. And now I think we're also reconciling with our own kind of trauma that we probably have just pushed down
Exactly.
because we've learned how to survive. We've learned how to deal. We've learned how to adjust or assimilate into a situation that allows us to continue to thrive in that spiral. And so this year has been one of deep reflection and also innovating what your activism looks like, what your practices look like, what your self-care looks like, what your definition of connection is, and how you practice that with your friends, with your family, with your craft, whatever the thing may be. So, it's just June.
Yeah, right. I feel like 2020 is the year for you to say innovation. Like, what if this is the year of innovation? Like,
Right.
and of yourself, of self,
Right.
not necessarily for your career and all these things you can magically make happen,
Right.
but doing that deep inner work to really change some of your bad patterns, bad habits, things like that. And to be honest with yourself and aware of yourself, I think having this time to not really work a lot has made everybody sit with themselves. You can't go nowhere. Wherever you go, there you are.
Right.
So
Right.
you might as well deal with your issues and your stuff
Right.
so that, you can be better when we get back to normal, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not a bad thing for sure. But I think it means something. This time of pause just means something so different for so many different people.
Yeah.
Even thinking about home as a supposed safe space can look a lot of ways for a lot of people. Being at home is
Yes.
not a good thing for everybody, and
No.
so
Right.
This is
I
true.
think like it's just the kind of range of possibilities of like what this time can mean for people. I think has been really varied, and also hopefully a time of redefining connection so that we can find avenues to take care of ourselves and each other. More important.
Yeah.
Yes, I
And,
agree.
and I really appreciate you like bringing up the fact that it really hasn't been safe for a lot of people to be at home right now, because I know there've been like a lot of information going out about domestic violence calls increasing, and it's hard to keep an eye on our kids right now because a lot of the mandatory reporters are in the schools, and so that has been very challenging, to see happening and feel like what can we do and why don't we have things in place to make sure that there is more protection and more safety, and how come we're not holding each other accountable as neighbors, as friends? Like we need to, it's funny, and I'll try to keep this really quick, but I worked on a project. It's called The Talk. It's actually coming out on July 4th, somebody's birthday.
Hey.
Hey. And I ain't talking to you, America. I'm talking to Monique Brooks Roberts.
At all.
At all.
Let's be clear.
To be clear. So yeah, it's coming out on July 4th. It's called The Talk, and like I said, it's basically, I feel like, throughout Black culture, there have been these essential conversations that are passed down from generation to generation on how we try to protect our bodies, how we recognize that the world, is actively seeking how to destroy our bodies. So what do we do? What do we do in response? How do we, learn to be ourselves, but also learn to keep each other protected and keep ourselves protected? And there was a conversation that came up because we recorded it yesterday, about when somebody in the community is wrong, whether it was like sexual abuse, whether they beat on a woman, or they beat on any damn body, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and especially our trans people right now, like, I need us to take care of each other and fuck all that other noise.
Yes,
for real.
Yes, exactly. Any person oppressed is a person oppressed.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
right.
come on.
Compartmentalization.
Come on,
Right.
for real. And so, in the conversation, it was beautiful because it was this young man, 22 years old, I believe, and he was like, I had to cut ties with the brother, right, and make sure that we are not keeping him in our spaces, right, to protect the vulnerable people that he's been a predator towards,
Right.
And he was like, real talk, I would expect, if that were to be me, for like y'all to come to my door and beat my ass. It's not even a question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm harming somebody else in my community, and we have to learn how to keep each other more accountable to one another, and so I just appreciate you bringing that up, and I just want to remind people, like, keep an eye out, look for your neighbors, take care of your people, make sure everybody's good right now, man. We gotta take care of each other. So
Right.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
yeah.
No, it's so true. And someone, hi Adrian, someone said the new normal is really challenging on so many levels. And it's true. I think sometimes, we used to have a community that was connected. And that's the thing. If people care to learn the lessons from coronavirus, and if people care to learn the lessons from this time, how did a lot of us grow up? Those of us who grew up in like late 70s, 80s, 90s, you had aunties that looked out for you. When you left an event, you waited till somebody got to their door.
Yes.
Nobody left by themselves. If you were Black women, you all traveled together. There was such a synergy and a connection. And as we have, with this society, I feel like we're so, we had been used to, the new, now, next, and the quick fix and all of that. And you found yourself being even more disconnected from self and from community and from family. It was all about what could you make happen by yourself. You don't need nobody. You're an island. That is the wrong way to feel, because we need each other. We have to have community. And that's why we're in the situation we are today, because we're not united. So anyway.
No, that's real.
Yes. A word. Thank you. Yes.
That's real. Thank
For
you.
the Friday revival. Thank you.
Hey, hi.
Don't get me started,
Churches
child.
everywhere, baby. Churches everywhere.
I can take you to church in 25
Let's
minutes.
go.
Don't hit me,
She said, I may be home.
Right. As long as we together, it's church. That's it.
Right.
Yes,
That's it.
exactly.
Don't need no building.
Hey, Chucky. I see you, girl. Somebody
gotta have
else just
that
came
conversation.
on.
Oh, we just-
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I am grateful. I'm grateful to just kind of see I don't want to say awakening. I'm having a hard time finding the exact word that I want to say, but like, I'm grateful that there are people that are finally coming into this space where they're just like, you know what? If this is wrong, then maybe I should do something different. Maybe we should try something different. Like, it really, and I will say this for the rest of my life, my favorite lyric, it could all be so simple, because it really could.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have to be this hard. There doesn't have to be so much red tape to survive, and so if we can make those changes, I'm grateful that people are using whatever kind of, voice they have to make those changes. I just, let's stay strategized. I feel really like hopeful about some of the things that I've been seeing, honestly. So yeah, that's
Great.
And
Yeah.
for the same artist, it's like, are you willing to unlearn to relearn?
right. That's real. That's real.
I think that's at the basis of a lot of what we're looking at right now between Corona and between racial divides in our country, as it specifically pertains to violence and injustices against Black bodies.
Right.
All of the Black bodies. All of them. All of them. Period.
Somebody, Chucky said, we're entering a new level of consciousness. I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
So true.
Thankfully so.
Right.
Thankfully so.
And I feel like Mother Nature was like, "Oh, you ain't listening?
Yeah.
Honey.
Let me sit your ass down and talk to you
Guess
real
what?
quick. Shoot. Stop.
Oh,
You know?
you think it's about the gig? Guess
Right.
It ain't.
Like my mama always used to say, if you don't hear, you're gonna feel. You're gonna
Right.
feel.
That's right. That's right. Hard head make a soft behind. Honey.
Right?
That's the one I grew up with.
Everybody learns.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah,
It's true.
man. That's real. I just hope we're listening. You know, and I feel like
Yeah.
we
People
are.
are. Yeah, they
Yeah,
definitely are.
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sure.
And the question is too, back to that topic of innovation, how will you do differently? What will you
Yeah.
do?
What
This
will
is not just a time for you to sit at home and be entertained. This is a
Yeah.
time for you to
Right.
sit at home and analyze how you can be a better human being overall. Analyze everything, all of your assumptions, everything that you assume, everything that you know about yourself to be true, challenge it and question it.
Yeah.
And then see what the answers are and come up and do something different.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
love it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Juliette, I would like you to
See.
tell our
Yes.
fans out here, our listeners, all about who you are as a musician, your businesses, everything. I have
Yes.
the pleasure of playing with you and being a part of your beautiful, brilliant company, but I would like you to tell folks like what your mission is and just a little bit of what you do.
How can we get these
Yeah.
black dollars to your black pocket?
Yes.
How about that?
I appreciate y'all.
We support each other.
I mean, honestly, too, I will say, I'll first say thank y'all. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Raj, literally for creating this space. I say it again. Our people, and I know I used this word earlier, our people are people of innovation
Yes.
because we have needed to be innovative to
real.
survive.
That's real.
And I don't think anything in our lineage has ever broken that necessity. You know what I mean? So thank you for creating this space to hold space for Black women
Yes.
to be seen, to be heard, to be celebrated. It is
Thank you,
no
sis.
small thing. It's really important. And to invite our community at large to bear witness to that and to participate in it, to be communal, to feel communal, to
Yeah.
feel togetherness and that like type of connection that you talked about. I'm a mid 80s baby all day, and so I know
Okay.
what that auntie circle is. And when
Hey.
my mom had to do a thing, I was like, who's picking me up from school? You know,
Basically.
who's got my
Oh my
peanut
God.
butter and jelly sandwich stuff?
Right, right, right,
That's all I'm gonna know.
You know, but
That's real.
I feel like so in 2014 I had founded the string production company that Monique had read a little bit of intro about, Rootstock Republic, and I founded it because I was tired of being the one and only, as a classically trained violinist, and I use that with a grain of salt in terms of any level of actual barometer for my creative contribution on the planet. But it's a part of my upbringing. It's a part of what my education had been as a musician. And growing up in a predominantly white city, white neighborhood, white school, I was used to being the one and only, and I just knew that there must be some other folks who look like me, with equal passion, equal purpose for wanting to render the same result. And I, at that time, had been doing a lot of commercial work, a lot of TV and film and like studio sessions. And I said, is it possible to create a space where we are reflected?
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
It could all be so simple,
Exactly.
And
Right.
so by the time we hit 2016, we had already the company had partnered with some pretty major organizations and institutions, which was really beautiful. And we got to work with Ray Chu, who has become a really dear friend, and Janelle Grayson, again, like really dear friends, to put together an 80-piece orchestra at Carnegie Hall. And this must have been, like December 2016. Literally within 24 hours, we were also contracting and supporting Tamar Kali in music prep for her film Mudbound, which then ultimately was Oscar nominated. And so I was running around like a ridiculous individual because the company was founded with my sister, who's an attorney, but she was kind of my executive board, if you will, but I didn't have a team, and I had hired Jarvis Benson, one of my best friends on the planet. And he just looked at me and he said, I want to help you. Like, can I help you grow this vision? Like, can we do it together? And so by 2017, things took off and, the company grew, the mission was being fulfilled in a way that I had always imagined. And so that was really kind of like the nucleus of why we founded this company. And, you know, we had the amazing fortune of counting Monique as part of that family. And it really is, the work is to center Black and brown string players. And it's like everything from music to film to theater to dance, like we do it all, literally. And it's a very small team, but it's a small, mighty team of Black and brown folks who are super brilliant. And I know people have varying ideas about this word, but also folks who are allies. If you are not about and down for Black and brown lives thriving and being centered, then we uninvite you from sharing the stage with us in a particular way.
Yeah, that's real.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that's much of our work. And we have kind of rebranded. This time has been really great because we kind of rebranded the company and kind of redid the website and all that, which is great. But now we kind of have these three different components, our kind of production and behind the scenes. And then we have what's called House of Rootstock, which are our curated projects, which specifically center Black and brown players. And so those are projects like Dear Nina, which is our love letter to Nina Simone, which
I was actually about to post that link.
Yeah.
More about it. Yeah. I would love for you to talk a little bit more about Dear Nina, because I mean, I am in love.
Which was,
yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Sorry.
Of course.
Whenever.
Yeah. Dear Nina. No, I could go there. Dear Nina is a project that consists of a dear friend, sister, collaborator of ours, Dreda Noor, who is a singer, songwriter, activist, healer, mom of 5 babies, and doing the damn thing in Buffalo, New York. And a couple years ago, we had gotten together because of another dear friend and brother, Idris Wajet, who's a beautiful visual artist and has done all of our graphics. And I remember Drea was working on another project called The Spirit of Nina. And it was a multidisciplinary work celebrating the life of Nina Simone, but telling her story from the time that she was a child and she first expressed interest in music through her passing. And so she was looking for a string quartet, and she was like, I need it to be all Black. Like, I just need it to be that. And I'm like, that's what we do.
Right.
We got that.
Work. Yeah.
So we participated in that. It went so well. It sold out Klein Hand's Music Hall in Buffalo, New York, that's the home of Buffalo Philharmonic. And so really just beautiful hall. They were so warm and welcoming and receptive and supportive. And so we got to do an encore performance later, also sold that out. And then after that, Drea was like, I really want to do something like, I think with just strings. And she had seen us do a Tiny Desk performance with another dear friend, Violence and Monica Martin, that spring. And she was like, I just wonder if we could do something just strings. Rootstock kind of simultaneously had also put on another show with live strings, and our dear brother Radar Ellis, who's just amazing DJ and turntablist and also head of the DJ and turntable department at Berkeley. We had put on this strings and turntable and like audio visuals, and Dre was like, I've never seen a harp like up close and live. Like, I didn't even know that was something I'd ever get to experience. And for us, you know, I'm like, that's not new for us. We've always had access to this, and we're like, can we also focus our attention on work that not only reflects Black and brown excellence on stage, but also in the audience? Like, can we then also make what we do accessible, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And so within a year, we were commissioned to create a work. We called it Dear Nina because it really is not a tribute show. It's a love letter to Nina Simone. I had the really gift is the word that I'll choose. I had the gift of reorchestrating all of this music for string sextet, which is myself, Monique on violin, Jarvis Benson on viola, Malcolm Parson on cello, Chris bass player Johnson on bass, and our sister Reza Printup, who's rocking out harp. And we went from thinking we'd do the show once, and we've done it 7 or 8 times now.
Yes,
and
come through.
It's just been like so well received, and we're so proud to be able to allow Nina's music to be a platform for exactly where we are, right? It's just like she loved Black people. She loved classical music. She really wanted to uplift and celebrate our people. And through the show, we actually get to do that. We get to speak about race, and we get to speak about, cultural divide, and we get to talk about politics. We get to talk about all of that through this platform that is her incredible work. And we get to do it in a way that people have never seen or heard before. And we're super, super proud of the project. And since the quarantine, we've released a couple of videos. We did one, Nemakeepa, as part of our set list. And so we all kind of taped ourselves and we shared that. And then last week,
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then last week we released for our version of Strange Fruit for Juneteenth, and we got to work with another really a dear friend of Jarvis's, who's become a dear friend of ours, Derek Bostomer, who is just a ridiculous video editor and animator, and he's
Yes.
working with our sister, the multi-award
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
We
I
lost you,
the
Juliette. No.
phone. Oh no.
It was so good. Oh, wait. Are you
Okay,
back?
now
Are you
she's
back?
back.
Okay, we got
Yes.
you. We
You're
got
back.
you.
Okay.
you know,
Come on, internet.
Right?
Wi-Fi and technology and things. But,
Yeah.
no, we released this video for Strange Fruit with our sister Camille Brown. Such a gift, and
Shout
we
out.
really, again, like, we don't need to retell the story that is already told through the music, but we're like, can we actually create a space to uplift our people, to celebrate our people, to reclaim Black joy, to celebrate our resistance? And so that was really our approach to creating this 9.5 minute visual experience.
Yes.
And so we're super excited. We're taking the work to Philly. It'll be our first show in a long time, I think in August. And so and the work is just, when like you just set an intention for something and you just want it to be well, and then just over. It's really just what has happened. We haven't forced or even really looked for opportunities in particular. And folks, the more that they learn about the work, the more that they're like, actually, can we bring it here? Like, can we speak to this moment? Can we bring it here? And part of that really just trajectory of the work taking off is also because Monique, like, really, she made an introduction to some other friends of ours, and Brenda McGeehan, who's become our front of house sound engineer for the show, and was able to bring the work to Philly, and from there it's even taken off in terms of building a community. So it's just been, I don't know, it's been amazing. It's been
That's
amazing.
so dope.
It has been. And
Someone said we have to be, wait a minute, I want to say this right. We have to be founders and creators, and we have to start our own legacies.
That's
and that's what
right.
I love so much about what you're doing, because you're creating what it is that you want. You're creating
Yes.
your legacy as it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you keep your sanity in this climate? Because I think one of the things I mean, you don't even know this, but I've been a fan of you since I remember when Ashley Brockington used to throw them dope ass shows in New York. And I remember I went one time and there was this dope ass woman with locks coming down the stairs playing a violin. I was like, what? So I've been a fan for a long time, and I've known you as a classical performer, and also just a celebrity performer in many ways. But how do you take an idea, create this whole organization out of it, and also still keep your sanity as you're pursuing your dreams and all that?
Well, first of all, I've also been a fan of yours since
I love this.
So when Monique told me, she's like, "Oh, Roger's one of my best friends," I was like, "Yo, you know her?"
Much love, sis.
So mutual love and respect and appreciation, behind the scenes fangirl. Yes,
that is so dope.
Yes.
I really believe that we don't do anything by ourselves. And so I keep my sanity because I don't do anything by myself. I don't feel like the burden of anything because I'm not alone. Then do I get tired?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. But Jarvis, who I mentioned already, is one of my best friends. We've known each other for almost 20 years or something now. We went to school together. We've been best friends for a long time. We were a duo like back in the day. And then since we've been business partners for the past, a little over 3 years now, we piggyback like crazy, and it's something that I can't do. Like he does it. And my sister, who is also our legal counsel, like we just have a kind of small team that is just highly skilled and very versatile, and where one leaves off the thing, like another one picks up, and I think you have to know your strengths and be willing to listen and be willing to be a leader and be a team player and like understand how to kind of ride the wave of what that balance is, which I think is very malleable and like ever changing. And so, it's like, I think it's important to build a team, and I think it's important to make a plan and create a vision for your execution so that it doesn't just exist as in this realm of just being a dream. Like you can materialize anything you want. And we're all evidence of that, and so I believe that in everything that I do. And that for me has been a really incredible compass to live by. And it doesn't mean that the journey is always easy, but it's always worthwhile. And I'm never not in a place where where I don't want to say yes to it,
Right.
Right.
Yeah. That don't do it alone piece is good. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes we as female entrepreneurs forget that. You do
Yeah.
not have to be the only one driving the ship. You do not have to drive yourself to the ground to make this dream
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing for us too is like we're a black owned and operated and queer run organization.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. I think that really matters. And we're also
Yes.
not the first black, brown, queer,
Right. Right.
organization
Right.
that wants to center strings. I can think of
Yes.
so many organizations. And so we don't think of our work as some kind of singular, solitary solution to this kind of gaping disparity that we all know and are privy to in terms of orchestral musicians and players. It's like I think of Stephanie Matthews of String Candy. I think of my folks in Decompose. I think Soulful Symphony. I think, you know what I mean? It's just like there's so many different organizations and institutions and, in the States and elsewhere. It's like I can name just off the top of my head probably 60 black and brown string players right now.
Yes.
You know
That's
what I mean?
powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Just like-
so then people can't say that they can't find it.
Exactly. They out there, all out there.
You can't say that.
Everywhere.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
You really can't. If anything, I have kind of trouble on the other side.
Right. I was gonna ask a quick question because you had just mentioned like there being other black and brown like string-led organizations, and so I just wanted to know. Tell me a little bit about like people that inspired you throughout your career. Like who like what are some stories that kind of kept you going, or just people that reminded you to keep going?
I would say I don't come from a super musical family, at least not that I know of. So my mom is one of five, really big families. My mom's one of five, but like no music anywhere, but a very dominant gene. Because my dad, one of 15, everybody could sing. Like nobody had was trained, but everybody could sing. I'm convinced that that's where the music came from. But again, mom, dominant gene, crushed it. So, I can't sing, but I'm like I feel clear that maybe that was my pathway to music, and like I really think of my dad a lot in my music because he passed when I was 10, and I never got to actually share that with him. But that was my first time ever getting to perform. It's like my dad battled with prostate cancer for 7 years. And kind of towards the end of his battle when he was hospitalized, my mom was like, look, we got to go to the hospital. We're going to just have to bring home here because this is where we need to be. And so I would practice there every day. And that was my first low paid performance, And it's one of the patients across the hall was like, well, could you come play that song over here? And so
I love that.
I think in a lot of ways for me, that kind of sparked my interest in what it meant to share your work. And it wasn't like working. It just was like you do something you love, someone else can appreciate that and hold space for it. And so by 10, I feel like I had some understanding of like the power of music in that way, and music therapy even before it became a thing. And so and then I think just like as a black woman who plays a string instrument, Diane Monroe is hands down one of my favorite players on the planet and like my biggest kind of string inspiration. And she was part of Uptown String Quartet that a lot of people know from their time as a double quartet with Max Roach. But they, in and of themselves, just along with probably Turtle Island and maybe one other group, were one of the first improvising quartets. Super innovative. 4 black women, like
Right.
what a concept.
Right.
Innovation.
Right.
Exactly.
But I remember my mom's older brother, just like a novice saxophone player, but he's really, really big into jazz. And so when I went to college, he'd given me a poster of the Uptown String Quartet, which had Diane Monroe in it. And maybe 3 years into my matriculation, I got to go see a performance at Troy Stewart with the Ritz Chamber Players, another black-led organization, amazing. I didn't realize, but Diane was playing with them. And I remember I was kind of telling Troy, I was like, oh man, I just love Diane. Like I would love to just meet her one day. And he's like, I'll call her right now. And I was like,
I would be like, wait a minute. I'm not ready.
we were like literally standing in a bar, and he was like, yeah, I'll just call her up. And he's like, Diane, I have a fantastic violinist. Like she'd love to just meet you and work with you. I was like, I didn't say that.
Right.
And so she was like, give her my address, have her come to my house. Like I'll give her a lesson. Like I would love to just get to chat with her. So we talked on the phone for hours.
That's
and
so
then
dope.
it was like my entire senior year at Peabody. I'd struggled because I was injured. I'd left. I had surgery, came back, and teachers didn't know how to work with me. They just didn't know what to do. And Diane was like, I'm going to help you. And she's like, you have to promise me that you won't call me your teacher. Like, I'm just a friend. I'm a mentor who's just sharing what you already know. I'm just going to help you get there a little faster.
That's so
And
dope.
so I would go to Philly once a week and take a 4-hour lesson with her. And
Woo!
that was how I graduated from Peabody. Because she was
Yes.
like, I need to fix your technique and I need to help you understand how to use your body to do what you want to do. And then when I moved to New York, she would come to New York for shows. And so she would stay with me and give me a lesson. And then, it was kind of like this exchange. And now it's like she just has become such a dear friend. And so, yeah, she's really helped to inform my playing and how I think about music, how I approach music, how I approach my instrument, like what that means to me. And she's always like, what do you want to say? Like, be clear about what you want to say, And so, yeah, I'd say like Diane Monroe, if anyone is not familiar, like literally get anything that Uptown String Quartet has ever made and then just check out Diane Monroe. She's always doing some really kind of incredible, innovative projects, and she's based in Philly. And, once we're kind of, I won't say post quarantine, but once we're in in the realm of resumed live performance, anything that she's ever doing, like please like support her work. She's without a doubt one of the greatest improviser musicians like of the 20th century for sure.
Yes,
For sure.
yes,
Dope.
yes.
I'm sure.
I love the idea of, not even the older generation, but the previous generation seeding into you
Yes.
and making space for you. Because I
Yeah.
think that that's something that I would like to see more of, especially in the jazz community, and in the music community as a whole. Because I think the industry is created to make us singular and individual, but we do so much better when we are a collective and when we can
That's
feed off of
right.
each other and work together. So, girl, that just inspired me.
Yeah, I mean, I love to give honor and mention Uptown too, because again, for all of the kind of, I don't know any black string players. I'm like, we've been here,
Right.
and have been creating really beautiful work, and maybe there hasn't been space, and we're in a place now, I think, where more of us are in a place to kind of collectivize with each other to widen the scope of what our contribution can look like and how it can be received. I mean, in this age of technology, like look at how quickly we can share things with very little kind of background research and very little time commitment, like and so and I think when we elevate each other's work and uplift each other's work and big up and shout each other's work out, it allows you to share with a much wider audience, and I think that really matters. So
It does.
Absolutely.
And I can attest to that
Yes.
1,000%. I think within this industry, I know growing up in Louisville and it really only being maybe 2 or 3 faces of black faces in terms of classical musicians, where we were kind of pitted against each other by like other teachers or even the parents. Like, oh, well, it's 3 black girls playing violin. Like, well, only one of y'all can be good. And
Which is
so
crazy.
that was like it was really kind of a difficult environment to grow up in that setting, because I wanted to connect with these other beautiful black girls who were just brilliant players, and now they don't even play anymore. And I think it was because of that kind of strain. So to then move to the East Coast and meet Juliette and see her spirit and see that she really is rooting for everybody that she comes in contact with. She makes you feel like you powerful. Like I'm telling you, like these rehearsals.
That's a superpower.
Absolutely.
It
And
is.
the strength and the beauty of me being able to work with musicians who look like me, who support me, who they respect me, they respect my playing, they respect my talent, they respect me as a person. Juliette is like one of the very few people who have made me feel that way in a space and not like kind of a competition. And I'm just always so grateful that I have that opportunity to always be in your space and just see you work. And when I tell y'all, she's so like even kill, and it's just like I be learning stuff. Like I'm like, just see how she deals with maybe a situation that is not, maybe the best thing that we're encountering at the moment, but she
So
finds
diplomatic.
a way to just she finds a way to, and honey, because me and Jarvis be like,
Listen, if I want somebody to cuss out, I'm calling Neek. I already know this.
Yo.
I just watched this Amanda Seales comedy special yesterday on Hulu. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But she talks about that idea of code switching, right? And she's like, she has a segment. She's like, how black am I gonna need to be right now?
right.
in a moment, I think that that's kind of what I was talking about, right? Like, do you understand how to be a team player? Do you understand how to diffuse a situation? Do you understand how to be a good communicator?
Right.
That also means listening. That's actually 90% listening.
Nice.
Right.
And I think
Right.
I'm constantly one of my best friends and also favorite collaborators, Toshi Regan, has taught me this. She's like, surround yourself with people who are going to teach you more than you know.
Yes.
And it's
Right.
like
Yes,
Monique
yes.
is one of those people, it's like she's
Aw.
someone who is family. I consider her a sister. And I tell y'all, like, I remember we had to play a reduced version of Dear Nina once, and I had to kind of cover some of most parts. And Jarvis just looked at me, he said, "That ain't it." He said, "I think we need to let Monique do that."
I know that's right.
Monique got that. That just extra
I'll be
sauce.
forever
Us
calling
all
her
of
the
y'all.
Pinch Honey.
No.
But
Y'all are all fabulous.
I can speak to that. Like, Monique is one of those people who she talks and walks in alignment. Like, what she
Yes,
says,
very
she
much
does.
so.
And if she says she's gonna do something, she does it, and it's like the best it could ever be. And she's like
Yes.
the kindest person and the most reliable person and the most professional person. And when she's my sister, and so we can turn up and be ratchet, and then she can like
Hey.
and snap into whatever necessary formation at the time. And so
Yes.
I learned
Oh no.
part, it is who's in your family, like
Right.
we actually get
Right.
to choose.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, I appreciate that praise, and I'm happy to reflect that back. So I'm really proud of the work that we create
Absolutely.
together and the space that we share, and
Absolutely.
we're gonna do a whole lot more of it.
We sure are.
Y'all are so
Are.
beautiful. I
Jarvis
just love
said,
that
full
exchange.
truth, honey, full truth.
I love that exchange. Well, I know that Rajita got to go do some fabulous magic. Got to serenade the people.
y'all.
That's okay. Do you, boo? It's good. It's good.
We're so proud of you. Go
Yes,
do it.
absolutely,
Go be great.
absolutely. We go
Tell
be great,
tell
sis.
the truth you need to tell. So we
That's
love
it.
it. We love it.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. And, I think it's amazing because I think that when we talk about wanting to see people who create the things that we want,
Yes.
we have them. And as a community, y'all, you have artists in your community. You have artists right now who are creating music.
That's
Go
real.
find them and support
That's
them.
right.
That's it.
Look them up. It doesn't have to be just on the radio. There's some dope ladies doing some dope things.
That's
and
real.
Men and women, not just ladies. Or how
So we get lots of our black sisters up. Right. And I just wanted to shout out too that are in comments, Kimberly Dawson and Tania. Yo, I just want to let y'all know thank you so much for supporting us. Okay?
Yes.
Tania Renee Nelson. Make sure y'all
Yes,
know
we love
them,
you,
all right?
sis.
Yes.
Out here in these Denver streets. Okay.
Yes.
So love y'all so much.
Yeah.
Give it up for Juliette Jones one more time.
Yes, we love you guys.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for joining.
Carrie Raj, thank y'all so much.
We're going to have you come back because this is not long enough.
Yeah.
I would love to. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna have my whole bottle of Maker's Mark next time.
Yes, okay.
And please, guys, head over to Instagram, also on Facebook. Look up her project, Dear Nina.
Yes.
Follow it. Go check out all the videos that we posted over the last couple of weeks. Head to her Instagram. She's Jules on Strings, at Jules on Strings, Juliette Jones. She's all over. Please follow. Please subscribe on YouTube. And just get into what this fabulous Black woman is doing out here in the streets.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are a sister in power, and we salute you today.
Yes, we do.
Salute, sis.
Yes, we do.
Much
Yes,
love
we
to you.
do.
Thank you so much for being here. And y'all know what to do. Y'all can follow us at the Sip Carrie
Underscore the Sip underscore podcast.com or the Sip underscore podcast on Instagram, and it's facebook.com/the Sip podcast. All right, so we'll see y'all
And
next time. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. We are interviewing the incredible Joe Foki.
Joe Foki.
Who is
Next
my
week.
friend and the amazing jazz vocalist. I'm so excited.
Yes.
And also, y'all, please share these episodes, okay? We need to get more people to see this so we can keep bringing you dope content. So please, share this to everybody you know.
Yes.
Especially your Black girlfriends, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, fam. Go be great, sis. Take care, y'all.
See you next week.
Oh.